Nicole, are we ready to start? Okay. Would you like to do the roll call, please?
Let's do a,
Yeah. Oh, I need to open it. You know, I missed a month and so. It doesn't say.
I'll call this meeting to order.
No. Okay. There you go. I will call this meeting to order at 4:02. Now we can do the roll call. Thank you.
I'll do roll call. Alternate member Gallardo requested an excused absence this evening. Alternate member Kathleen Billinger. Here. Youth Council member Brown.
Oh, here.
Member Brannick.
Here.
Community member Marufo.
He was going to be late.
Late this evening. Member Rader.
Present.
Member Taylor. Member Doyle. Member Payton. Is it Patton or Payton? I'm sorry. Patine.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Member Matthews.
Present.
Member Brown. Vice Chair Beneke.
Present.
Chair Rader.
Present.
Community Development Director Peltzer. City Manager Gibbs.
Present.
Councilmember Voigt.
Here.
And Councilmember Martinez.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have two people that were going to be late. That is correct. Cesar Marufo and... Oh, right on time. Thank you. Are there any action? Okay, let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. If you would please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Are there any adjustments to the agenda? Are there any conflicts of interest that need to be disclosed? Not hearing any, we will proceed. Do we have anyone online for public comment?
I have no written requests. Benny, do we have any callers on the line?
No callers.
Do we have anyone in the room for public comment? No one? Oh, well, welcome. It's so nice to have all of you. Thank you for being here. We have presentations that are on the agenda, the billboard artwork by Beaumont High School students.
Give us 1 second to set up here. Good evening, EDC. We have a crowd here today of parents and students from Beaumont High School. We are proud to highlight some creative partnership that you see there on the screen between the city and the graphic design students at Beaumont High School CTE program. And with me is Joseph Kale from Economic Development, who will give just a little tidbit about our extension there and the real world assignment we provided.
Yeah, thank you, Julie. So I just wanted to thank, first and foremost, Mr. Bonilla and his students. You guys all did a fantastic job on these billboards. It's vital for us to keep the billboards fresh and new, to keep stimulating interest for our incentive programs, and they just did a fantastic job with that. Now we have a variety to choose from and cycle through. And yeah, this is a similar type of project that they would get with a career in digital marketing. So that it was a real good, real world example of what they might get assigned.
Right, thank you, Joe. And so again, the assignment was to promote how Beaumont is business friendly while supporting our ongoing efforts to market our programs and continue to attract businesses here. And so the images you see there are the selected images, and so those will be used at our billboard location in Kaipa. And so we'll cycle through those on a weekly basis. And at this time, I'd like to take the opportunity to acknowledge the students and the CTE teacher, Christian Bonilla, and have them come to the podium.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you guys. My name is Christian Bonilla, and I teach digital media and game design at Beaumont High School. And so I was approached by our career readiness specialist and Ms. Susan Aguilar and Julie and Joe, right, from the city. And I want to thank you guys for providing the opportunity for the students. It was just a really fun project for them. You can see their work kind of on the screen here. And yeah, just the opportunity for them to get some real world experience, as they stated, while being creative and being a part of the community was great. So I asked the students to kind of share a little bit about their designs if we have time for that. Maybe they can just, I can call them up sort of, and it doesn't have to be much, but just to share a little bit about your inspiration and what you learned during the project. So let's start with you and make our way through here. Come on up.
How am I supposed to start?
So introduce yourself and tell me about your design.
Hello, I'm Andre Godia. I designed the donut billboard design. So I basically wanted to develop some feelings of a cozy vibe with also putting in the bakery dream of setting your own bakery in Beaumont. So, and I took inspiration from other billboards, which had a colored background that separated the text. But I just found the border and the divider of the background to be a bit boring and bland. So I added a donut to make it pop out and give it that more character and be more alive, and to for the drivers that drive on by to actually make them catch your attention. And I made sure to make the 150K plus the incentives. So they see the money and they start thinking.
Thank you.
Share a little bit about what you came up with.
Hello. Oh. Hello, my name is Marcus Angulo, and I had made it's like a pie billboard. It's right, that one. It's a bit simple. I just kind of wanted to go with a little simple design.
What would you say was the biggest challenge, or what did you learn during the process?
Well, initially I had a bunch of words on the billboard, and I had to cut down a bit on the words because it would have been a bit too much, and the text was also a little small to read. And so I just scaled down on the words and made it easier to read by making the text bigger.
Thank you.
Hi there, I'm Sam Burden. A few of my designs were chosen, and I would have to say that my main inspiration was just to make a billboard that just shows, represents Beaumont, and when you look at it, you think that does resemble Beaumont. So one of mine was mountains, and then a picture of well, it had like simple mountains in the foreground, and then realistic mountains in the background. And then another one I wanted to go with something kind of witty, kind of funny, something that would stand out. And so I thought, what would be good for that? And I thought maybe a wanted poster, that would be kind of funny. And mainly, I was just inspired by, the people in Beaumont and just how everybody just feels like one big community and everybody knows each other. So that's mainly what I wanted to get across in my billboards.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Ryan Fragoso, and my billboard was wait, what was it? Uncle Sam, right there he is. And what I really wanted was a billboard that caught a lot of attention, and I thought maybe like a recognizable character, like Uncle Sam, like you could see him like, hey, I know that guy. And then you see like the blue money symbols and like, oh, I like money. So yeah, probably the hardest thing was I'm technically like somewhat colorblind. So it's for colors, it's hard for me to see them a bit more. So I did have some help from Sam over there. There she is. Sam, he helped me a lot. And that's about it. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Johnny Garcia, and I made the spoon billboard. And basically, not gonna lie, I couldn't come up with an idea for like a good 3 days. But then I finally kept looking at the presentation we were given, and I said, what do I really want to attract to Beaumont? And I thought restaurants. So, and I also wanted to like give my billboard like something that really stands out, something funny, something that'll attract people. I mean, what better way to do that than a huge spoon? And I just thought, I could put, we want us like a spoonful, And yeah, so I just wanted it to be like funny, a little pun, and something that stands out. And that's also why it's like really colorful. It's like big, bright blue. And I made the 150K plus like really big and green because that's what's gonna attract people, And yeah, it was just fun. I just wanted it to look cool, look nice, make some people laugh, and yeah.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Ezekiel Marscall, and I made the billboard with the transaction, that one right there. And I really wanted to emphasize like the selling points about it, like the 150K and the expanding your business. So I made those the biggest, and I made sure that they were like in a different color from everything else, so it would stand out, especially to someone who's just passing by on the road.
Thank you very much.
Thank you again to the city for giving the students this opportunity, and thank you to the students for putting forth their best efforts.
Thank you. Well, students, I would like to say one of them really stands out. They are all wonderful. I am so impressed with what you've done, and I really feel just overwhelmed at how professional these are and how excited I will be to see them on the freeway. And I'm sure you will too when you get to see them up in the big billboard. That's just wonderful. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Okay, moving on to our next action item. What?
Oh, sure. Let's do a picture.
Can we do
Oh,
a picture
yes.
with the
Students? Students, do you want to come take a photo?
Can I say something really quick?
Yeah, but I gotta say one second. And all of you talked very well in front of this committee. You're gonna have a lifetime of talking in front of people, and you did a really wonderful job. What do we have to do?
We'll go in the back and put them up.
Okay.
All right. Great job, you guys. That was amazing. Thank you again so much. This is so exciting. I don't even know where to go from here, the rest of the meeting. Overwhelming. I was tearing up.
Well, yeah, I
This is
agree.
awesome.
Yes,
It's
yes,
very
it
cool.
is.
Especially that they get to see him on the billboard.
Yeah. And then to be driving down to Redlands and be able to see your work is just awesome. You know, usually you just get it on your mom's refrigerator. So.
We told the instructor we would give them letters of recommendation from the city if they wanted them.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
awesome.
So are they all seniors?
I don't know.
They may have been. It wasn't.
No.
Okay, well, moving on to action items, public hearings and requests. The first thing on the agenda is the approval of last month's meetings. I was not in attendance, so I can't.
I'd move to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any objections? Thank you. The motion passes. Moving on to D2, request for proposal to update Economic Development Strategic Plan. Hi.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members of the committee. Many of you I met last month, but some of you I haven't yet. I'm Kirk Pelser. I've been with the city a little over a month now as Economic Development Director. What we have before you tonight is, this afternoon, is an opportunity to review and comment on and hopefully endorse the request for proposals that we will submit or publish very soon to update the city's Economic Development Strategic Plan, which was done last in 2019. We've had a few significant things happen in the world since 2019, in addition to just the evolution of market conditions and so forth. So the time is ripe to update this important element of what the city wants to do in terms of economic development. We recognize that the council and the city manager and and you as a committee have a lot of emphasis on economic development. It's a big part of what we're trying to do throughout the community. So it's appropriate to update this kind of document every 5 or 6 years anyway. And with passage of time, we think the time is ripe to do that now. So would certainly appreciate any thematic concepts or major, if you have any concerns about the path that we're headed down, like to talk about those. If you're fine with it, if you have any particular questions, the staff and I would be happy to try and answer those for you tonight. But we're really looking for you just to endorse this step in a public way so that we can go about the business of getting this published and get to work updating the plan.
Thank you. Do we have a staff report that goes with this, or is that the staff report? Thank you.
Yeah.
Are there any requests to speak from the public?
I have no written requests. Benny, do we have any callers on the line?
No callers.
Is there anyone on the committee that would like to ask some questions?
I think you're correct. It's always a great idea to update plans because situations change, environment changes, and I think it's a great idea. I briefly went through it. I mean, it's a lot of pages in your draft proposal. I did notice one thing under the kind of the emphasis of the report. You wanted to emphasize the bringing in of businesses and industry and all that. I didn't see, now maybe I missed it because I was kind of scanning it briefly, but I didn't see anything there about high tech. The reason I bring that up is I've had this vision for many years, ever since I moved to Beaumont. I love the hills out here, especially south of Beaumont. They're pristine, and I know part of it belongs to the city, but I just kind of envision maybe high-tech campuses out there in those foothills. And I think we ought to at least in this proposal, at least take a look at the possibility. I know every city wants high-tech because that's kind of prestigious and everything like that, but just because everybody wants it doesn't mean we can't want it too, and then maybe it'll happen if we really put it in our plan, have location for it. Think about it, up there in those foothills, if you had a campus up, you take ESRI out of Redlands, put it up in the foothills of Beaumont, you'd have a beautiful setting up there. It overlooks the valley here. Anyway, I just thought it might be a good idea to try to incorporate that too, as far as trying to promote and sell and bring in high tech.
Madam Chair, may I comment to that? So thank you, committee member, and that's a point well taken. I think I just want to clarify that there were 2 attachments to this report. One is about a 5-page, the actual request for proposal, and then we attached the prior 2019 study, which you correctly point out doesn't target those types of industries. Perhaps with the passage of time, we might be in a position now to think about those kinds of things. And, we are relatively close to the University of California, Riverside, which now does have an up and established medical school and certain research components and things like that go along with it. So those types of industry types will be something that we will vet out here and try to assess viability and feasibility now and in the future.
Thank you.
Anyone else have any questions? Anyone else have any questions?
I looked pretty briefly at what the new proposal had said, but I'm trying to figure out what is the dramatic change in this update, because I know it's important to keep up with the years, because everybody knows that every year there's something that's dramatic that changes, especially since COVID. It needs to be updated every 5 to 6 years, like you said. But is there anything that's going to be dramatically changed with the proposal, or is it just little minor?
I just want to be clear here. There is no proposal here. We attached the 2019 plan, which now is 6 years old. There is a request for proposal document. That's attachment number 1. That's what we will publish out to the community that prepares these types of things, so they can help us understand what the opportunities are now versus in the past. So there is no proposal here yet. This is just a historic document, if you will, that was attached for informational purposes.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Now, do we need to make a motion to support you on this? Or is,
Sorry, may I go real quick?
yes, I'm sorry, I didn't see.
That's okay.
Just hit me.
Thank you guys for drafting this together. I think that paying attention, and this may help with some of his questions on here about including in the new strategic plan, the revitalization plan, the communications plans, those have all in the last 2 years been updated. So ensuring that all of our plans are in alignment, I think is the biggest piece that we will take away from this. And so along with the general plan and then the economic development strategic plan, which that was the old one you were looking at. And then I do like the attention to the county as well. So thank you guys for including that in the area and really kind of addressing that in this RFP. And I think it was very well written. So thank you for attaching those so that we can make sure that there's continuity across those when we come together as a whole.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you, committee member. And I want to thank Laura James, who did the wordsmithing to create this document.
It's always nice to see the scope laid out so that we know exactly, and the people that are going to be the applicants to know what we want them to look at, pay attention to, so that they can brief themselves on those things and then be able to align with the vision. It gives them the opportunity to see what the vision is, since that's changed sometimes, and as councils change, that kind of changes as well. So thank you.
Thank you.
I had
Councilman
one comment, if I may. Go ahead. Sorry. I noticed in the request, the RFP, there wasn't anything mentioned about identifying the recommended types of businesses. I think that was kind of back to the earlier point of what kind of businesses. Is that something that we were expecting from this plan to kind of rank what would be the most feasible and to attract to our area?
Certainly, yes, and we can add a few more descriptive sentences in there to help us ferret out what those types of opportunities will be. And I think, again, viability and feasibility for us is a critical component of it, yeah.
Thank you. Councilman Laura?
All right, real quickly, just comment where it says that the consultant will work in concert with the economic development staff. Let me know what your vision is on that working together. What I'm trying to get to is we hired some very professional and knowledgeable individuals here at manager and director. So how do you see yourself as a part of the process? Are you giving input to help guide them? Or are you letting them do their research, and then where's that input and how's the concert working?
Yeah, that's a great question, Commissioner. So it's a very collaborative process. I've been in the public sector and in the private sector, so I've been in the private sector as a consultant and being part of teams like this. So when you come in as a consultant, it's important to first listen to what the client is, clarify what you think their request is. We have an opportunity in this process for people to pose questions before proposals are due, and that's also often a very valuable period of time to clarify some things. But it's very collaborative. Nobody wants a consultant just to walk in and say, we know exactly what to do for you and just get out of our way. Nor does a consultant want to be told exactly what to do by the client, in this case the city. We need to collaborate with them. We know, I've only been here a month, so when I say we, I mean collectively we know what we are as a community, some of the thematic overarching themes that we want to see, historical aspects. A good consultant's going to come in and really immerse themselves in that culture of the client first, and then launch to where they go from there.
Right, and that was some of my concern, is how are we giving it the personal touch rather than just have someone come in and do, their their research and so forth. So you've answered that. It's a collaborative process that you'll be giving input and suggestions and so forth. So I'm really excited. It's one of our areas we've been really looking forward to concentrating on. So.
And can I just add to that? I think Councilmember Martinez is bringing up some things that I've seen in my career here, where consultants do cookie cutter type documents. And that would not be the case here. This is something that we emphasize strongly, that is long overdue and needs to be really embracing the difference between Beaumont and other cities, because we are different. We are futuristic, we are ahead of the curve, we are growing rapidly, and we want, when this RFP goes out, we're going to be looking for a consultant that embraces that and hones in on that and doesn't provide a document that, changed city of X to city of Beaumont. Right, and that's something that we will be following and working closely with the chosen consultant.
Thank you. When I looked over the agenda, I realized we were going to have a proposal, and I want to say this correctly. I've been here for about 6 years now because I have a permanent position. So I'm so lucky. And during that time, we've had 4 proposals. We've had 4 studies done. All of them cost over $100,000. The last one that we did, I really liked the people that did it. I liked the way it was done because it gave us different projects that we could do. We could pick and choose. It had a forward-looking plan. As far as I know, the other 3 plans are sitting on a bookshelf somewhere. So it sounds to me like you're going to look at all of these plans and kind of give us a great, big, beautiful plan.
That would be the objective, Madam
Thank
Chair.
you. Thank you. That sounds really good. Okay, so anything else? Do we need a vote on that? Nicole? No?
No, a consensus is fine.
Okay. All those in favor? Opposed? We're not really voting, we're consenting.
Oh, normally don't we just receive and file for information?
Well, I was just giving him our support.
Oh.
Okay?
Because it's going to council.
Okay, I vote for that.
No, let me,
This is just going out to bid.
correct. This is going to be published. The reason it is before you is because you are the Economic Development Committee. RFPs generally don't go to committees or councils prior, but because this is so important and this was actually one of council's strategic priorities, Kurt and I felt it prudent that this body have the conversation before it was actually published. So from here, it'll go out to the public. At some point, the contract award will go to council.
Thank you.
May I ask one question?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. Do we need to create some type of RFP subcommittee to review that with members of this group, or?
You certainly can. We've done that in the past I don't know if we've done it on economic development, but we have on finance and audit.
What does this team think about that? So maybe 2 or 3 members would work with Nicole to give some times that they'd be available so this would go out to bid. The staff would narrow it down to maybe 3 or 4, and then we could bring the committee together then to review those RFPs and be able to ask those questions, such as, how do you want to address multiple different industries, or how would you look at that, and ask them some of your clarifying questions on how they would move forward with that. That would be something that I would recommend, but obviously everybody else, what they would think.
If I could comment on that, it's a great idea. What I envision here, there's 8 or 10 firms in California that are qualified to do this for us. And so we know who they are. This will go tomorrow or the next day to all of them. So we could do exactly what you described, or, because I don't anticipate 20 or 30 proposals, you could form a subcommittee now. Staff always welcomes to have another set of eyes review these kinds of proposals, because it's laborious to go through and rank them and that. So if two of you wanted to take on that mantle and help us on a review committee to get to that final list, we would certainly welcome that.
Okay.
Can I interject just
Yes,
for
you can.
logistical purposes? Because we don't have the agenda item of selecting a subcommittee. We could select that on June 11th, but I don't know what your timeline is.
That would be fine, because proposals will come in mid-June, so that would still give us time to establish a group, yes.
Okay, so you can all get ready to be on the committee. I know Jessica wants to be on.
What's the budget for this RFP?
So we don't really have, there isn't an established budget. I mean, I'm hesitant to put a number out there because the consultant's going to watch the video of this. I certainly think, because it's an update of what was a very granular report last time, I think it'll be under $100,000.
Thank you. Anything else? Anyone else? Okay, thank you. We'll get ready for that committee next month. The next we have update of projects from city staff. Who gets to do that today? Might as well just stay up there.
Yeah. One of the big things that we are all working on, including the city manager and deputy city manager right now, is gearing up to go to Las Vegas next, and two council people with us on Sunday for the ICSC, International Council of Shopping Centers Conference. The city will have for the first time, its own booth. And we have a pretty full schedule already with some very significant businesses that I think we would all be happy to see land in Beaumont. Small ones as well. So our calendar's filling up with, this is the kind of place it's every major retailer, every retail developer, franchisee, franchisors, they're at this conference. So a lot of deals germinate here. A lot of relationships get built at this conference. So that's why it's important that we have a presence. And we're going to have a very good presence. Julie has left, but Julie and her team and the economic development team here have put together a really slick package of high-quality graphics and information. The booth is going to be just fantastic. So we're going to have a very professional representation at this conference, and I'm very proud of what this team has done so quickly on that. So, I'm not going to be able to hear next month and say, oh, we landed X, Y, and Z for sure, but I'm very confident we're going to get some traction and meet with people that want to be here and that we would like to have here. That's taking a lot of our time right now. Gus and I are also working very closely with the Regency development on Oak Valley, and that entitlement and development agreement will be making its way to the Planning Commission for important decisions in probably late May or early June. May 28th, and then on to the City Council after that. And the team here continues to interface with small businesses throughout the community, trying to make sure people understand the incentive programs that we have downtown and promote those. The council approved last week the exclusive negotiation agreement with Hops and Spokes, who would be the tenant potentially to take the old dry cleaning building on 6th Street. So we're happy about that. We've got some work to do at the city to finalize what the cost will be to renovate that building, to put it in a state that's leasable to Hops and Spokes, but we have an exclusive relationship with them until the end of this year to try and work out all the business terms for that. So that's hopefully good news coming soon too.
That's exciting. What is it, the dates of the ICSC?
It's technically it's Monday and Tuesday, although
coming Monday.
Yeah, so we are all going up on, well, some people are going up on Saturday to set things up. We'll be up there most of the day Sunday, all day Monday, and a good part of Tuesday.
Okay, thank you.
I had a question, Madam Chair.
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
I had a question, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
I had a question. This was from last month. I asked staff if they would come back and give me some information on how successful our billboards are doing along the freeways, maybe Yucaipa, et cetera. Also, possible new businesses that might be coming into our area, so we could pass that along to our constituents. And I was looking for that report from you or Laura or Gus. If you've got that, that'd be great.
Yeah, and thank you, committee member. I did have in my notes that from last month, you asked about the billboards in particular. We will bring something more formal to you in terms of report in the next couple of months on that.
What I thought, and I just drove through Yucaipa, and back to back, Cherry Festival and then our Thursday night, and that seems really powerful. And I just wanted to see if that was economically a positive thing, or maybe not so much, or something we might want to expand on in the future, different billboards in different areas. And I'm always asking, I asked before what new businesses were coming, because it's important, the people that I represent, it's important to them what's happening in this community. So anyway, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Oh, okay. Cornerstone, did I hear a rumor that Cornerstone is taking Ramona's?
It's not official yet.
I hear this stuff. I don't know where I heard it.
The owner of Cornerstone is in discussions with the building
Okay.
owner.
That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful.
Anthony.
Okay. The hub project, how's that coming?
The Biz Hub is coming along. The building improvements are pretty much done. Joseph has been very busy talking to, and Laura, to some of the tenants there. We will have at the June 6th council meeting approval of a lease arrangement with Mount San Jacinto College and possibly one or the other tenants. We're working on finalizing leases with all of them. As you can imagine some of our county entities, some are state entities, and they all have their own legal processes to go through and review lease documents. But we're making good progress, and I would think by July, we will have them all formally approved.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other questions? Okay. Turn my agenda around, let's see. Where are we at? Reports from the committee. Thank you very much. Ms. Taylor, is that correct? No? Yes. Do you have anything to report to the committee? Thank you. Yeah. Ms. Gibbs? Mr. Rader?
A couple of things. Our hospital, and I'm on the board, is doing really well. Our average daily census has doubled, and that's a great thing. And the stroke program has gone fantastic. We've saved a lot of lives, and it's something that we should all be proud of, that hospital. And please feel free, if you need the service, please go. Take advantage of that service. And that should do it for me. Thank you.
Councilman Martinez?
No, Madam Chair, Mr. Pelzer covered quite a bit of what the city's doing, so thank you.
Nothing for me as well.
Nothing for me.
Mr. Brown? Mr. Panicky? Yes?
Oh, I got one more thing I wanted to say. Downtown Thursday.
Wait, he didn't say Madam Chair.
Oh, I'm sorry, Madam Chair. Downtown Thursday night, I was in a meeting here last week and forgot to thank Doug Story for the incredible work he's doing on that downtown Thursday night. It's incredible. Been to a couple of them, and they're just really well attended. And I think it's a great function for us, and we get the word out. I try to tell everybody I can, except for two different Thursday nights. We'll be there till August 7th. So anyway, those of you involved in that, thank you so much for making that a successful event.
Yes, absolutely. As you probably, maybe all of you know, maybe not, the Chamber of Commerce has changed their monthly breakfast to the first Wednesday of the month and moved over to Tuckwit, which, while we hated to leave Rexham Park and the Lions Club, Tuckwit allows us to expand, and the breakfast does now have almost over 100 people every month. So we needed that expansion space. So hope to see all of you there in June. June 4th, is it 4th? And Dr. Della Condon will be speaking. She's always entertaining and informative. So that's all that I have, except thank the city for helping the people at the Chamber of Commerce with the Beaumont Nights tent, because we're old women and we can't get it out there. Does anyone have anything else to say?
Yeah, matter of fact, I'll just
Thank
add
you.
one really quick thing, Madam Chair, before I make the same mistake he did.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Youth Council, we just had our last meeting yesterday. So by, I believe, October, you're going to get your new EDC liaison for Youth Council. And yeah, I just wanted to tell everybody that happy to have this opportunity. I met a lot of wonderful people, a lot of experienced people, a lot of intelligent people, and I hope that for one day I can meet everybody else outside of this.
Well, you have brought a lot to the committee, and you have had wonderful ideas and helpful ideas. Thank you so much for being here. Yes. Congratulations, and keep us posted on where you go and what happens to you. Thank you. Are you? Okay, are there any topics for future agendas that anyone would like to present? Okay. Okay, so we are adjourned. Excellent. Oh, great. I have a disco party.